I'm so excited to talk to you today about money mindset for coaches. And I've been thinking about this training topic, money mindset for coaches, for a little while now. And I've been wanting to do it for you, but I haven't quite thought about the words or the analogy, but I have a diagram. Yes, we're going there because I think this is a topic that does not get talked about enough, especially like among heart-centered coaches, right? I think you hear a lot in the online space, a lot about like make six figures, make money, blah, 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 right? But I don't think that the conversation is had like by heart-centered women enough that actually want to make like the post I did this week, right? Around like, it's unique about you that you like actually care about your clients' lives, that you actually want to make a difference, that after they pay you money, you want them to get results. You're deeply invested in their work, right? That's what makes people like you and I unique. So I want to have this conversation about like, yes, that can be true for us, but also it's okay for you to make massive money and be a coach that loves money and desires money and knows that when you make more money, you will just be a more powerful coach and you'll be able to do more good in the world, in your family, all of that. So excited to have this conversation. I'm going to introduce you to this little model that I've created that I hope will be helpful and insightful for you. As always, if you're catching the replay, feel free to do hashtag replay and just ask any questions because I just want this to be a space. And would you just take a minute to like take a deep breath with me? And just affirm for yourself that like this is a safe space in this next 30 minutes to explore some of your beliefs and thoughts around making money as a coach, right? I just want to say that number one, because I know when I was starting my coaching journey, like that was it for me. Like I didn't even feel safe, like really talking about or thinking about money because the only way I had made my money before was like through a day job or through an employer, And so when I started life coaching, while I was doing my therapy day job, everything about money felt odd and weird and unique. And so I just want to say, like, it's okay if it does. It's okay if it feels awkward to talk about money. It's okay if it feels awkward to talk about making money, saving money, right? Keeping money, becoming an abundant and rich and wealthy and powerful and generous coach, right? I am like, so excited for this conversation. As you guys know, I'm starting a new program that I'm so excited about called Get and Coach Your First Client that'll help you start your coaching practice, or if you have an existing one, reignite your passion for it, sign your next paying client, and then also learn my favorite techniques and skills and tools for coaching clients and getting them amazing results behind the scenes. And then also I have modules on like just all the logistics of running a coaching practice, because over the last 6 years, I've really like done everything from scratch on my own, right? Like what's the ideal length of session? Like what do you do in between sessions to support clients? Like all of that stuff. What do you do if a client doesn't pay, right? Like all of those logistical things. I feel like I really wanted to wrap into one program, and I could not be more proud of this program that I know is going to change so many lives, and really has that balance between the marketing piece, but also the integrity and heart piece behind like actually coaching people, actually helping them see a massive difference in their life, no matter what type of coach you are, whether you are a financial coach, whether you are a business coach, a life coach, a relationship coach, right? I've worked with so many clients and so many coaches in so many different niches, and I've seen this work so good for all of them. So feel free to reach out if you have any questions, but I would love from the bottom of my heart to invite you to that container. I'm so excited. It includes really good curriculum, swipe files, live calls, everything you need to be successful as a coach. Okay. So what I wanted to share with you today is kind of like, I was thinking about like two little tunnels or two portals that when you think about your money mindset as a coach, like the biggest thing I want you to wrap your mind around is that two things. Let me show you. This is what coaching is. Okay. Can you guys see this? Coaching is that backwards? Maybe that's backward for you guys. Coaching is two things, two dueling truths, right? It's going to feel like they're dueling, but really they're not, right? And I think as a coach too, I was just talking with a client about this week, right? One of the biggest gifts we can give our clients as a coach is reminding them that often like two things can be true in their life. Two things can be true in their business. Two things can be true in their marriage, right? And really holding space for two two different truths, right? So for my clients, you guys know a lot of them have businesses, but a lot of them are also mamas. And so for me, I try to help them hold the truth of like they can be a successful, abundant business owner. They can also be a powerful and present mama. I know one of my affirmations I say almost every day is I'm a present and patient mom, right? And so I think a lot of times because of how the world conditions us, right? We think two things are opposing, but often they aren't. And two things can simultaneously be true, right? And so one of the biggest things you can do for your money mindset as a coach is believe these two different things. Ready? Number one, that coaching is a profitable business. It is. Coaching is a profitable business. The other truth is that coaching is a powerful healing art. Not to sound too woo-woo, but it is, right? And I think like it's so interesting. And this is why, honestly, I'm so grateful for my coaching business because I feel like it really is both of these things, right? And you guys know, in talking about like those two energies, the more like, direct energy and the more creative, flowy energy, right? Like it really is both those things. And I think the moment I realized that it could be both, my coaching business became a lot easier, right? That yes, it's true that coaching is my business. Coaching is the way I make money. Coaching is the way I support my family, right? Coaching is the way that my clients sustain a living for themselves, right? It is business, right? It is that like heartless, cold, like it's business, right? That is literally how they energetically bring money in, pay their bills, do all those practical things, right? Coaching is a business as if I were to like literally start an ice cream shop and start serving chocolate chip ice cream and start charging money for that, that's a business, right? It's a business. A business is an exchange of energy, right? A good or a service in exchange for money, right? And accepting that at the end of the day, that is what coaching is, okay? The other truth is that coaching at its purest essence, I believe, is a healing art form. It really is powerful. I really feel like for me, coaching changed my life in a way that absolutely blew my mind in what I thought was possible for me as a moneymaker, as a woman, as far as like happiness. Coaching has 100% of my own life. I mean, I've hired like all sorts of coaches. I've hired parenting coaches. I've hired a parenting coach. I've hired a marriage coach. I've hired a life coach. I've hired a business coach. I've hired all the coaches, right? Because I believe like as a woman, like being held in that space for change or transformation towards a desire for me, wanting to be a better mom, wanting to be a better wife, right? Wanting to be better at these things, hiring someone to hold space for me in that truly, I feel like is spiritual, truly is. Like there are times with my clients where it just feels like, like normal every day we're talking about shit, right? There are other times where I'm like, this is a major quantum leap moment in that person's life. This person's life is literally forever changing. This person's life will never be the same. And I just feel honored and it feels spiritual and it feels divine to witness this client in this moment and hold that space for them. And honestly, it's why I'm in it. Right. And I think like so often, like we don't feel like both of these things can be true, right? Maybe coaching is this like beautiful, powerful thing that I feel I literally hope that I get to coach till I die. I literally love coaching so much that I hope that I always and forever get to do it, no matter if it makes me money or not. I truly do feel that divinely called to coach. That is true. Also, what is true is that coaching is how I was able to save, over $175,000 in my account for a house I'm going to buy this year, right? Coaching is the way I was able to leave a really toxic marriage and create that safety for myself, right? Coaching is the way, like coaching is a profitable business. It's my business, right? It is the way that I provide for my family. And I think as I've helped my clients see that like both of these things can be true and that they don't conflict with each other, it's that same thing. I think as women, we like get this message that like we can like care for those we love in our life, or we can care for ourselves, right? And we know that's not true, right? We can take care of our kids and we can take care of ourselves, right? The better we take care of ourselves, the easier it's going to be to take care of our kids, right? I didn't always get that. Same thing with our business, right? Like we can take care of our clients and we can also show up and make money, right? And so I think like that's the biggest message I wanted to share with you today is just ask yourself, where are you making it not true for both of those truths to be possible? And can you give yourself permission to lean into the one that you aren't giving yourself as much permission around? For example, maybe you are giving yourself permission to like have it be a powerful healing tool. You're showing up for your clients, you really care for them, right? Maybe you're like doing some clients at a rate maybe that's like is lower than you want to be charging, but you're really enjoying it. Maybe you're like helping people on the side for free, right? Maybe you're like maybe you're doing the work, but you're not giving yourself permission to say, also, I can make an F ton of money doing this, right? Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe you're monetizing, right? And maybe your business has kind of gotten away from you and you're really not showing up for your clients like you'd like to, right? Don't feel guilty, but just really ask yourself, can I reassess and can I plug back into my number one calling, which is like serving my clients with all my heart and getting the massive results, right? Returning back to, which is why in Get and Coach, like half of the program is like coaching tools, right? Can I go back to increasing my abilities and my skills and my tools as a coach, right? How do I really show up for them? How do I even, talk to my own coach about problem solving, some of the ways I'm showing up as a coach? And I think like the more we can do that without making ourselves wrong, the better, right? Don't beat yourself up. If you haven't been showing up for your clients as well as you'd like, just fix it, readjust, right? Same thing if you've been showing up for your clients, but you haven't really been focusing on the profitable business part. How can you readjust that? How can you set some boundaries so you make sure you have enough time for your business and your marketing, right? But either way, it's like not making yourself wrong there and just giving yourself so much permission to adjust and to show up with heart. Okay, that's what I have to share with you today. I hope that that was helpful as you think about money mindset and really knowing that like it can be both, right? It can be both. Again, let me do a quick recap. Your coaching business is a business. I want you to say that out loud. Or if you're watching or doing the replay, like I want you to type that in the comments, right? Like my business is a business, right? In some ways, like it's a heartless bit, like it's a business. It's a money-making machine. My business is a money-making machine and there's nothing wrong with that, right? My business is a business. My business is a business. Like just owning that and not making yourself wrong for that, not making yourself wrong for wanting to make money. And then the other part, owning that like my coaching is a powerful healing form of art, right? And that's why it feels so strange and vulnerable to sell coaching because in essence, you're selling yourself, right? You're selling your heart. You're selling like your ability to listen. You're selling your ability to give advice. Like it's very vulnerable, right? So I think it's like not making yourself wrong if it feels vulnerable, right? You guys know, like, how I teach is like when you launch or sell something, you show up for like 2 weeks around it, right? And that feels a little bit like, but it's like the last thing we want to do is make it hard and then make ourselves wrong for it being hard, right? So yes, of course, it's brave and vulnerable to share about your coaching online, but then what we don't want to do is beat ourselves up for like, oh, why am I feeling so vulnerable, right? Instead be like, of course, if I was vulnerable, right? I am sharing my heart, I am sharing my passion and just giving yourself a lot of permission and credit and space there instead of beating yourself up for it. Does that make sense? So owning those truths and even saying out loud, right here in the comments, or even to yourself in the mirror, I have a profitable business. My business is a business. My business is a heartless business, right? Not heartless, but you know what I like. My business is a business. And also my business is a powerful healing art, right? My business is a spiritual calling. My business, my coaching is what I feel like I'm born to do in the world. And if I could ever not do it, I would be so sad, right? Because I do feel like this is the way that I come alive into the world is to coach. Okay. I hope this was helpful for you and just so thankful for you guys in this space, in this community, and sending so much love to whichever portal, whichever truth you need to own up to more. Which do you need to own up to more, right? Do you need to own that part of like that you're a powerful coach? And for me, like, because I believe in God, I really believe, through all, like when you look backwards in life, right? Like it's like, of course I ended up here, but like in the moment, none of it made sense, right? But now it's like, of course I ended up coaching, right? Like I even think back to grad school, in the coaching theory, in the counseling theories we go through, the counseling theory I picked was basically a coaching theory. It makes so much sense going backwards, but like I just want you to look, like I want you to look back on your life for a minute and think about all the breadcrumbs that led you to this place as a coach. Like, isn't it so obvious that you were born to do this? That like this is what you were meant to be. Like, this is what you were meant to do. Like, this is your work, right? This is your life. Like, this is it. Like, there's no way out. There's no plan B. There's no escape plan. There's no release hatch. And I think with my clients, when I help them click into that, that's when they start really booking out with more ease. That's when their launches start growing like rapid fire, because there's like, there's no, like our clients can see that. Our clients can smell that. Our audience knows when we have that energy of like, this program is happening, whether I have 2 people in it or 70 people in it, right? I'm going to talk about my one-on-one coaching offer until it sells out, because this is what I was born to do. This is what I was meant to do. The ship has already left. There's no going back. Are you hopping on or not? You know what I'm saying? Like that energy, I feel like is so beautiful and so contagious. And is that part of like when you are so grounded in your gift as a coach, right? Not that you're always perfect, because I had to apologize to a client this week, like we make mistakes, right? But again, like it's not that we're always perfect, but we always make it right. We always come back to the truth. Like we always adjust, we always correct, right? But I think it's like knowing like, oh no, this is what I was born to do. Let me know in the comments, you guys. Coaching is what I was born to do. Am I perfect at it? No. Are there parts of it that suck? Yes. Are there more parts of it that don't suck? Absolutely. Right. There's trade-offs to like, no matter what job you would pick, there's upsides and downsides. Of course, there's like upsides and downsides to coaching, but is it the most upsides? Yes. Right. For you, I'm talking to you guys, if you guys are coaches, right? Is it the thing that you really feel divinely called to do on this earth? Yes. Right. Owning that powerful coaching part, right? Oh, hi, Kelly. Kelly says, definitely vulnerable, different from selling a product or real estate. It really is, right? Like you're the house, you're the product, you're the thing. And it really takes you diving into, but it's worth it. The vulnerability is worth it. The ups and downs are worth it, because this is what I was called to do. And this is what the impact I know I was meant to make in the world. And I know that God, or the universe, if it's the universe for you, is going to support me in that. Right. And I know that like, even when things are foggy, even when things are unclear, right. And spoiler alert, like things are always going to feel foggy as you're growing your business, because there's no perfect path. There's no perfect map, right? And any coach that tells you like, there's only like one perfect path to like grow or scale, like it's just BSing you, right? Because like the best way to grow and scale your business to 6 figures, the $1 million mark, right, is by like following your own path, following your own heart, and letting it be messy, right? I think what's changed for me in my business and why it's become easier is because I'm just used to that. Right? Like I'm used to it being uncertain. I'm used to there being unknown, right? I'm used to like in the time of like when I launch a program, the time between when the cart opens and the cart closes, like I'm used to people coming in at different speeds versus like when I first would launch group programs and I would start out and on day 1, there would only be like one person that enrolled, I would freak out. Right. And so I think it's just like so much of this is like normalizing and just like getting used to it. Right. But anyway, I digress. Kelly says, worth it. And there are ups and downs to every business and every career there are, right? But it's just like really owning that, like, no, this is my work. And ultimately, I trust that as I show up with heart and integrity and I do the work, this is just for me personally, as I do the work that I feel like God's calling me to do, then I'm going to be supported financially in that 100%, because I do not believe that like, I'm not going to be supported. I feel like I can have all of my needs and wants and desires and live this beautiful, abundant, rich, fantastic life. And I feel like I can be generous and make an impact, right? I feel like I can have more money than I know what to do with. And I feel like I can make a difference for the causes and the people I care about, right? They don't have to be, it's not like, oh, you need to suffer as a coach and not make very much money so that your clients do well. No, like you can do well and you can be abundant and you can be supported. And also the people in your life and in the world can be abundant too, right? I think especially as women, we've been fed this lie and this message, money mindset wise, that like our suffering, our contraction, or our sacrifice is what gives other people success and abundance. I will sacrifice, I will eat it, I will do the work, I will shrink, I will do it for you. And that's how you'll thrive, right? That's the old paradigm. You wanna know the new paradigm? The new paradigm is I take radical care of myself. I get clear on my desires, I get clear on my needs, right? I take care of myself. And also, you can take care of you and I can take care of you too, right? I especially see this with my clients as they're growing and scaling their businesses, they're building a team, right? Being able to say to your team members, like, this is what I want and need. This is what I require, right? Knowing that you can be supported as a CEO and also you can be a great, kind boss, right? Same thing with your clients. You can say, like, this is what I require as a coach. These are my boundaries. This is what I need, right? Also, my clients can thrive in that container, all of it, all of it, all of it, all of it. Okay. So recap. Coaching is, what is it? It's a powerful healing art and a spiritual calling. It just really is. Okay. But also it's a profitable business. It's a cold hearted business. It's like, it is a money portal. It's a money portal. Like, can you just say that in the comments? My business is a money portal. Like, my business is that, again, like, I've been talking about like masculine and feminine energy lately, right? Like that masculine, just direct, just like heartless, cold, like it's a money portal. My business is a money portal that channels so much money into my life, right? And also my business is this like powerful healing portal where I get to like help women behind the scenes on the most magical things. I get to help strangers online in really intimate ways, right? I get to give to people and things. Like, I just get to, you guys, one of my favorite things about like making a ton of money is of course donating to organizations, but I also just love when I run across women that are really struggling for different reasons. I just love giving people money. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need an organization or a cause to give people money. And I just want you to remember, the more money you receive in your business, the more generous you can be. And can you trust yourself that as you make money, I had so much fears around, like, as I made more money, would I, number one, lose friends? Would I be a bad mom? Right? Like, just feel free permission to like even release some of these in the chat box as we're talking through them. I just feel called to like do this with you, right? Like, what are some of those things that you feel like, of course it would be nice to make more money, but also when I make more money, I'm nervous that what? I'll have to pay more taxes, right? What will my family think? What if I don't manage it well? What if I make a ton of money and then I'm not able to save it, right? What if I'm not as good of a service provider, right? What if I settle these clients and I can't deliver? And then, I think also we equate more money to, I was just talking with a different client about this last week. We equate like more money in our business as more work. And maybe initially that's the case, right? Because obviously like you're taking on more clients is more work. But I would say in the long run in my business, the more money I've made, the easier my business has gotten. 100%, right? And I've seen this be the case for so many of my clients, right? The more money they make, the less stressful their life is because they're able to outsource, they're able to lean on team, right? More money is more stability. And I think some of you got the message growing up that money does not equal stability. Money equals more problems. Money equals more stress. Money equals more drama. And for those of you that have a high value for space and for freedom, like maybe you want to travel, right? Maybe you don't want to work a lot of hours in your business. If you want your business to give you like breathing room and space, right? Of course, why would we make more money on sign on more clients if we feel like that's going to cause us more stress, more work, less space, less freedom, right? But what I want you to hear me say, even if you don't believe it in your head yet, that the truth is that the more money you make, the more freedom you're going to have. Money is freedom if you do it right. Right? I'm not saying you also have to do work to like have boundaries to create the freedom. But what I'm saying is money is choice. Money is option. More women need more money. Okay. Let's just preach for a second. Hi, Emily Love. Okay. Let me see if I missed any of your beautiful comments. Emily says, yes, thankful to have your support as I navigate the messy middle business. Emily, don't make me cry. Don't make any more comments, Emily. You are such a joy to support in the messy middle of business. And this is what I was talking about, like the powerful healing art. Of course, like I hope that I help my clients, but my clients change my lives too. And Emily, it's just such a joy to see the vulnerability and the audacity with which you are living your life and business behind the scenes. Like, it is just my biggest fucking honor. And I'm grateful for it. It's the most fulfilling work that I get to do is supporting my clients. And I'm grateful because I know that on my client's behalf, it takes a lot of courage and vulnerability to be honest with the coach. I do not take that lightly when someone shares, their stuff. Okay. Emily says, I tend to fear that the more money I'll make, the less I'll be allowed to be me. Oh my God. I'm so glad you said this. This is exactly what I'm talking about, but you said it better. In my mind, I think I'll have to be this buttoned up CEO person, right? Okay, so I love Emily's example here, right? If I'm making more money, if I'm growing my business, I'm going to have to change me. I'm going to have to be a different persona, right? And probably deep down, there's that feeling of, I don't want to do that, right? That's why I left corporate, is so that I could be myself, so that I could dye my hair purple, so I could do whatever I wanted, right? But I think we get in this trap where we feel like as we grow, we'll have to change. Like maybe for this and that, I didn't have to, but now as I really grow and scale my business, I'm going to have to change. And so the work there is an affirmation around like actually like making it be the opposite. So for a client, not Emily, for a client last week, her thing was really, as I grow my business, let me see if I can articulate it. As I grow my business, it'll be more stress, right? More stress, more work, actually 2 different clients last week, right? And so the affirmation there was believing the opposite, that the more money I make, actually, the less stressed I get. And I was able to give her some practical evidence, right? For Emily's example, the more money I make, the less of a CEO I have to be, right? If I don't have to be buttoned up now, the more I grow my business, actually, the less buttoned up I can be, and looking for evidence of that, right? For example, knowing that like as you grow and scale your business, you can have more team take over for you. So you have to be less responsible, less CEO-ish, right? As you grow your business, you can have more resources, right? So that you don't have to take on the clients you don't want to that expect you to be like a buttoned up CEO. You know what I mean? So I think it's like taking whatever we think more money is going to make us be, affirming the opposite, right? More money isn't going to be less restricting. It's going to be more freeing, right? More money isn't going to be less safe. More money is going to be more safe, right? So for me, it was like, more money isn't going to make me a worse mom. More money is going to make me a better mom, right? More money isn't going to, what was another one? Oh, like for me, it was like constrict my friendships. More money is going to mean I can have better friendships, right? Not that you need to like make more money to have good friends, but what I'm saying is knowing that like at minimum, it's going to be neutral. At best, it's going to be better, right? Because for me, ways that money has improved my friendships is that like I have money to travel with my friends, right? I have money to be able to give gifts to my friends, right? Just like, again, not that you need money for friendships or money to be a good mom or any of that, but at minimum, it's not going to hurt it. It is either going to be neutral or help it, right? And just knowing what that's going to be for you, because all of us have a different money block, right? I wish I could say like, this is the one money block, but I would say like all of my clients really have like different money blocks. And so it's really getting clear on like, what is that thing for you? And how can you affirm the opposite of it? Okay. Emily says, the more money I make, the less of a burnt out, buttoned up CEO I have to be. It's actually really true, right? And even maybe saying the opposite of that, right? So the more money I make, Emily, like in your mind, what's the opposite of a buttoned up CEO, right? Because you're saying you don't want to be a buttoned up CEO. What do you want to be? What do you want to be? I'm curious how you would articulate that. I kind of have an idea, but I don't want to say it yet because I want to hear what you have to say. And that's what we want to affirm. The more money you make, the more you get to be this thing that's the opposite of the burned out CEO, right? That's the thing you want to be. Let me know what you think on that. And I was going to say one more thing. I can't remember. Let's see. I hope this was helpful for you guys. So grateful for you. And just honestly honored that we can have these conversations around money, right? I just think it's so powerful, so important. And I just honestly, truly believe that as women, we need to make more money, right? Because literally they have researched this and they have shown us that women with businesses, women with money, give back to their communities, help others, like are generous. Like number one, research shows us. Number two, look at your own track record. What's your track record? Your track record is that you are a kind, generous woman. Like maybe you've made a mistake or two in your life, but in general, what sort of track record do you have? And can you trust that track record that as you grow in your abundance, as you grow in your own abundance, that you're going to let that trickle and ripple outwards? results, right? You're not going to like change your persona. I think the other thing too is I think sometimes for me, I felt like I had to like change who I was or parts about my personality to make more money. And then I realized like, oh, like not that we shouldn't like change our bad habits, right? I'll give you a really funny personal example. Okay, you have a funny personal example. I'm kind of messy, right? Like I do like to clean my house, but like look at this. Look over here. We have mess, right? Do you see this? We have mess. When I was making less than six figures as a therapist, I was messy. Now that I'm making multiple six figures as a coach, I'm still messy. Okay. My point is that we think that like the women who are CEOs of these giant companies, women that are CEOs of these giant businesses, that they are perfect, right? And so we get these things of like, I have to lose weight or look a certain way to be that. I have to change this personality trait. Like I have to be really tidy to make more money, right? I have to XYZ to make more money instead of be like, you know what? I can be my exact weight. I can be my exact appearance and just make more money, right? I can be just as messy and be more money, make more money. Not that we like shouldn't improve these other areas of our life, but they're not a prerequisite for being wealthy. There's a lot of wealthy women out there that are imperfect. And I think it's like, can we accept that we can be imperfect and also rich? Like, can we accept that? Because like we're always going to be working on something in life, right? Okay, so good. I hope that was helpful. Oh, my loves. Okay. Emily says her opposite thing is, oh, yes, exactly. I'm glad I didn't say mine first because I think yours is really good. I want to be free, wealthy, abundant, generous goddess, right? And so really affirming for yourself that the more money I am, the more that I and my clients love that part of me, right? The more money I have, the more clients I have, the more I'm able to be unleashed in that, the less I'm feeling pressure to be CEO, right? Let me know if that resonates. Well, the word that came up for me was like queen energy, right? Like really feeling like the more money I make, the more I feel radically available to step into that queen role and less available to step into like a stuffy CEO role that was never meant to be me, right? Okay, so good. Hi, Mina. How are you? Happy Monday, my love. Emily says, I'm also messy. No wonder we mesh so well. I need to revisit exactly. Yes. Revisit that meditation and Sell with Heart. What a wealthy woman looks like is exactly about this concept of realizing, spoiler alert, Emily, what a wealthy woman looks like is you. What a wealthy woman looks like is me. Everyone like type in the comments right now, right? Like I am a wealthy woman. What a wealthy woman look like. We have this perception of what a wealthy woman looks like. And it's usually different than how we look, right? But remember, like you can be a wealthy woman and have any color of skin. You can be a wealthy woman and be any weight. You can be a wealthy woman and have any sort of life experience, right? And really owning, like you can be a wealthy woman and be messy like me, right? You can be a wealthy woman and be imperfect, right? And really, I mean, think about it. Like, I think like men, I'm stereotyping, but like don't really have this problem. Like they're happy to make money and receive money and like be imperfect. You know what I mean? But I think there is this pressure on women that we have to like look or be or act a certain, it's just like complete bullshit, right? What a wealthy woman looks like. It's you, my love. It's you are, right? And I'm not saying we shouldn't like try to change these parts about us. Emily and I should probably work on being cleaner. I am affirming it. I'm working on it. But also, like, can you improve yourself and also make a shit ton of money at the same time? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You are worthy of that. You deserve that. You deserve those resources and energy, right? Okay, so good. So good. Yay, Mina says, I am a wealthy woman. You are what a wealthy woman looks like. Mina also says, I get to be whoever we want to be. It's so true. Emily says, I'm a wealthy woman and my imperfections and quirks actually help me connect with others so I can make more money. It's true. We're all a little crazy, but I think it's actually what makes it work, right? The fact that we're a little crazy, the fact that we're a little bit demanding, the fact that we're a little bit needy, right? The fact that we're a little bit sensitive, the fact that we're a little bit crazy, right? Like, let me tell you the funniest story, you guys. You guys know I'm like, I have a boyfriend. We've been dating for 2 months. And I was like telling one of my friends, like, I really like him, you know, he's kind of quirky, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, Anna, you're kind of quirky. And I was like, I am kind of quirky, or what word did I use? Right. But it's true. Like, I feel like the best type of people are a little crazy. Like you have to be a little crazy to do this. Honestly, to have a business, to put your heart on the line, right? Like you have to be a little crazy, a little wild. So I think it's like, instead of making that wrong, it's like making that right. Like, oh, got it. Like, this is what, this is what's happening. This is it. Right. So glad. Okay. It's so true. Okay. So grateful for you, my loves. Thank you for hanging out. I love, let me know in the chat box before you leave what your biggest takeaway was from today's training. What stood out to you from today's training? Just love to hear what comes up for you. And as always, remember, right now I'm inviting Wild Women Unite. I mean, we need a hashtag. Can we just have a hashtag, Emily, please? Inviting you to my program, Getting Coach. We start in a little over 1 week. So, I'm going to be talking about it nonstop because I'm so excited about this program. 6 weeks of getting clients, 6 weeks of coaching those clients, and becoming a more powerful, profitable coach, and embracing this duality that you can have a profitable business and you can embrace that you are a powerful coach. You are a portal for healing. You are living out your spiritual gift, and you are really being that healing portal that you're called to be. If you guys are just listening at the end, you're like, what is she talking about? Anyway, feel free to, the best way to connect with me about that is to PM me with the word clients. And I'm happy to share more details about the program with you. It's a brand new program. So if you haven't heard about it before and you're like, wait, what? What is she doing? What does it include? Why should I do this? But really for the person that wants to launch their coaching practice, or you've launched it and it really has not picked up steam, right? You're really not fully booked with clients. You really don't have that momentum. It's really for you. And just so excited to embark on this journey with you. Okay. Have a beautiful Monday and we'll talk soon. Oh, I'm also going live. Let me tell you, I'm going live 2 more times this week. Let me pull it up so I can tell you exactly when. On Wednesday, I'm talking about the number one thing that'll help you sign clients as a coach, noon PST. And then also on Thursday, how to get and stay fully booked as a coach, talking about like the feast and famine cycle thing. That's Wednesday and Thursday at noon PST. And you guys know I love being here with you live. So feel free to join in if you are free. I'm just grateful for you. Okay.